Magic 96, your one-stop shop for all things movies. From reviews, unboxings, and collections, I'm here to celebrate the magic of cinema. Now, let's roll the film. Today, I'll be continuing my movie collection series, and we have arrived at quite possibly the most popular decade, the 1980s. What I love so much about the 80s is if you see a screenshot from a film or music video that you've never seen before, you can identify when it was taken. There was so much originality and passion from these years, and man, do I wish I was alive for it. One last thing, I'll be pointing out classic movies that came out on the same day, and some will blow your mind. Also, the year I have the most movies from might surprise you. So enough talking, and let's get to the films. All right, kicking off the decade, we've got 1980, John Carpenter's The Fog, and I love this steelbook, man. Again, I'm not really a steelbook person, but when they come out with something as good as this, you definitely have to get it over the slipcover. All right, so I'll go ahead and show you the 4K, and then I'll show you the Blu-ray. I'm gonna go a little bit faster than usual because I got a lot of movies to cover. So I'm not gonna take each individual case out. Okay, so that's the first one. Then we've got 1980s kicking off the film series of the original Friday the 13th. And man, there's so many different Blu-ray editions you can get. Paramount does a good job sending you or giving us options. And so of course right here you've got the uncut version, which is really cool because the rest of them are all rated R. But right here you got the Blu-ray for the Friday the 13th uncut version. All right, next up is we're gonna go to my Star Wars box set. Of course, at the time it was the complete saga, and man, this thing got a lot of miles on it. But I love this, man, this Blu-ray set. So we go ahead and take it out, and we're gonna go, of course, to find Episode 5, quite possibly the best sequel of all time, The Empire Strikes Back. And of course, we got Yoda on Dagobah right there. And that is the Blu-ray disc. All right, moving right along, we've got Stanley Kubrick's magnum opus, The Shining. And love this slipcover, love this artwork. Looks really good. Go ahead and show you the 4K disc, and then the Blu-ray disc in red as well. There was also a steelbook that has this this artwork, which is really cool. The All Work and No Play makes Jack a dull boy. All right, quite possibly the best sports comedy of all time, and of course that is Caddyshack, the snobs against the slobs. Of course, with Rodney Dangerfield, Bill Murray, Caddyshack. Absolutely phenomenal film. And we need this on 4K. I think it might be rumored this year because it's the 45th anniversary, but I'm not sure yet. And I do like the disc art with the golf ball on there. All right, last film for 1980 is Scorsese and De Niro's Raging Bull. And this is from the Criterion Collection. They did a great job with this 4K remaster. And of course, it's in black and white, but it looks great. It looks really good. Black and white films on 4K add, the HDR and stuff adds a lot of depth, and it was really fun to watch. Let's see here. Oh, that's a good one with Pesci and De Niro. And of course, you always got your booklet in there. But, yep. All right. Moving along to 1981, and we got to go back to our Friday the 13th box set for Friday the 13th Part 2. And I love this film. I know a lot of people. 4 is great, the final chapter. But the first 2 are really good to me. I love Baghead or Sackhead Jason, whatever you want to call it. And, I love the final girl, and that cast is really good as well. So I really enjoy the first 2 Friday the 13th. All right, next we're going to go Raiders of the Lost Ark. And it's funny, we go back and it's like we have a revisionist history or something. I still call it Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, but it is not. And if you can see the detail from the movie poster, I mean, this is one of the best, in my opinion, film posters of all time. The artwork is incredible. Look at all the detail on the stone and everything, and the vines wrapping around. Of course, you got all the characters, and yeah, it stinks that they don't draw or paint artwork anymore, because this thing is just absolutely gorgeous. And this one from Paramount only has a digital code, which is a little bit of a shame, but we've got the digital code, but it does, oh no, it does not come with a poster. The steelbooks I'll show you off in a second come with a poster. So that was, all right. Next we're going to, continuing with this box set, if you watch the other 60s videos and 1970s videos, we've got these James Bond collection box set, and this thing is awesome. I really love it, and I'll give you a shot over there too. Of course, it's got all the movies names right there, GoldenEye, Living Daylights, and we're going into the middle set. Actually, I'll put this on camera. Put that right there. Put this here. And we're going to the middle set for, let's see if I can find it here. Oh, For Your Eyes Only. And of course, it's going to be right there. And again, all these discs have the 007 on it, which I enjoy. I like it. I do wish, I'm sorry if I remember repeating myself from these other videos, but I do wish there was a James Bond character on the front there. It's very minimalistic, this box set. And of course, releasing a day before Halloween on October 30th, 1981, we have Halloween 2. Such a classic. I mean, I love how it picks up right after the first one ends, sort of like a Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein ordeal. But of course, you can flip it over and get the original skull pumpkin artwork. And this one, we've got the 4K. We've got the Blu-ray theatrical cut, and actually the DVD television cut, which is a lot. Not many times I can think off the top of my head you get a 4K Blu-ray and DVD. All right, so now we are hopping into 1982, and I have 7 movies. This is one of the 7 movies in the decade, and we're going to go to our Rocky Knockout Collection 4K box set for Rocky 3. Sorry about that. Go ahead and show off the side, show off the back real quick, and put that to the side. And we've got Rocky 3 right here. All the discs are black and silver, and then you get it in 4K, and then you get a Blu-ray bonus disc. But we've got Rocky 3 with the iconic Mr. T, I Pity the Fool. And all right, now we're going to Poltergeist. And man, do I hate this artwork. I wish they did the original iconic artwork, and I don't know. But sometimes I think Warner Brothers is infamous for switching up the artwork on us a couple different times. You'll see another one in a couple of years, but we'll put this to the side. We've got our 4K in black, and we've got our Blu-ray in black as well, and it's got those warnings for the flashing lights, which it has right here on the sticker, and right there as well. All right. Okay, what is next? E.T. And man, I think this has the most, as a film on 4K, I think this has the most physical media releases. I mean, this has at least like 6 or 7. Do you guys remember the release? It was an exclusive somewhere, I can't remember, but it had a thermos and it had a lunchbox for like a metal tin lunchbox for E.T. That thing was so cool. Probably sold out by now, but again, this thing had so many different physical media releases, which is awesome. But of course, we got the 4K on the right, we got the Blu-ray with different artwork on the left, and just a classic Spielberg film. Then we're going to Carpenter's best non-Halloween film, and of course, you guys guessed it, that is The Thing. Such a good, I love a good cold horror movie, if you will. And I've actually never seen the original, but everyone says that this one is better, and it's so funny how it came out and was overlooked, but over the years gained such a big cult following. But we've got the 4K on the right, and the Blu-ray on the left. Next, we're going to go to, now I got to find my Friday the 13th again, because we're going to part 3 where Jason gets his hockey mask from, I think his name was Shelly. And Friday the 13th, part 3, and it even says 3D right there. So I'm going to put that to the side so I can find it again. And then we go to First Blood. Another thing, what I said from Indiana Jones, or from Raiders of the Lost Ark, it's not called Indiana Jones, and this is not called Rambo First Blood. It's just called First Blood. But my favorite in the series, such good commentary with veterans coming back and from war and not being treated right. So we've got 4K, we've got Blu-ray, and it's got the same disc on there, and it's actually Lionsgate partnering with Studio Canal. And then for our, let's see here, I think I might have missed a, nope, so yeah, here's what I wanted to point out. The exact same day, October 22nd, First Blood, October 22nd, 1982, First Blood and Halloween 3 Season of the Witch come into theaters. How insane is that? Of course, you get an action movie, action sort of war movie, and then a horror cult film. But what would you see? I'm going to put the question up. What would you see if you were alive, or if you had the opportunity to see First Blood in theaters or Halloween 3? I love Stallone, man. I'd probably have to go First Blood. But wow, that they came out the exact same day is absolutely insane to me. So of course, right here we've got the Blu-ray for Season of the Witch, and one of Scream Factory's original licenses, I guess you could say, that they picked up. You know, this thing does not have a DVD, but yeah, this thing is, I love it. I absolutely love this film. Obviously grows on you over time, and yeah, not much more to say about Halloween 3. All right, now 1983, we're going to, of course I gotta find it again, sorry about this. We're going to Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. Now, if you ask me, just rating the first 3 films, I think it goes in the order that they were released. I would say A New Hope is the best, and I would not, Empire Strikes Back. I could also say Empire Strikes Back is the best. Every day it switches for me, but I would say, just ranking these 3 original trilogy, I would say A New Hope, then Empire Strikes Back, and I do think Return of the Jedi is the worst, but it's still a good film. I'm not saying it's bad in any sort of light. And of course, you got Luke, Palpatine, and Vader right there at that iconic fight. And it does stink getting these things out of here. You know, you don't want to mess up the disc. But there you go. You got your Return of the Jedi right there. All right, let's see. And we're going to, let's see. Where did I put the, all right, right here. All right, James Bond, again, 1983. We have Octopussy. I cannot believe they were allowed to call it this in 1983, but you know, that's marketing for you. So right here, we've got the Octopussy disc, and that is finishing up 1983. So next we're going into 1984, and that has 7 movies as well. So first we're going to start off with one of the greatest slashers of all time, and what people say is probably their favorite, Friday the 13th, and I cannot blame them, and that is Part 4, or just simply the final chapter. Of course, you got Corey Feldman, you got Crispin Glover, and that's a great film. Next, we have this beautiful steelbook of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. These steelbooks came alongside the slipcover. Actually, I think these steelbooks came out first, and then the slipcovers came out next. So I picked up, excuse me, guys. I picked up the steelbooks to start out with. But we've got, that would be the digital code. This is going to be, comes with a little poster that folds out. And then, of course, we've got the disc, only a 4K disc, and the ending of the movie right there. And what I wanted to point out was, I'm pretty sure that in 1984, when Indiana Jones came out, It was rated PG because there was no PG-13 rating at the time. And because of this movie and the movie I'm about to show next, they invented the PG-13 rating. I mean, there's a lot of heavy themes for a PG movie here. You know, Kali Ma ripping out Akai's heart, the child slaves that were that he captured and made them work, and remember the guy that gets flattened from the roller. I mean, and the blood, you know, pops out of it. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of this. Should not be PG. This should definitely be PG 13. And so with that, the other film that was also PG that had started, you know, the talk about getting a new rating to make it PG 13 was Gremlins, and that's probably the, you know, the Gremlin in the microwave. But yeah, great film, of course. We've got the looks like a brown disc right there, and then we've got the clear Blu-ray disc. And I love the attention to detail that they put on the flyer. And what did I want to point out? That the exact same day, here's another one. The exact same day, June 8th, 1984, you've got Gremlins and Ghostbusters. What are you going to see in the theater on opening weekend, Friday night, or whenever the movie came out? That's absolutely incredible. I mean, again, I would probably go with Ghostbusters, but maybe a double feature. That's absolutely incredible. Just showing you how much range and classic movies came out in the 80s. So of course, who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters. And I've got this 1 and 2 steelbook right here. I like the back. We open it up, and we've got, this one's kind of weird. It doesn't have because it's a steelbook, it doesn't have the opening. So it has 2 discs stacked, which I'm not a fan of. But we've got Ghostbusters 4K, and then we've got Ghostbusters 2 4K, and then what's on the other side? Just one special features, and then a Blu-ray, and then a Ghostbusters 2 Blu-ray. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this, but I really did enjoy the steelbook, and so I went for it. But, you know, of course, it feels like you're scratching your discs or something when you stack them on top of each other. So I'll put that to the side, because I'll have to see it again in a little bit. And Purple Rain, Purple Rain. I love that they did the purple, Blu-ray case, and hard to say, 2 different colors, purple and blue. But yes, so we've got that right here. I believe this came out when he passed in 2016. All new remastering, picture audio, and all that stuff. But yeah, just his performances are just so iconic, and that album is flawless. It's a perfect album. But yeah, so we've got Purple Rain right here, and my favorite song from the film is Let's Go Crazy. So tell me what yours is in the comment section below. There is no wrong answer. Next, I'll be back with the Terminator. Man, this was a really good 4K transfer. So much better. Terminator 2 was absolutely horrible with that 4K transfer, but this one was really good. Of course, I went with the slipcover, but they also had a really cool steelbook with the Terminator on the front, which had sold out. But only a 4K disc. I actually really do enjoy this 4K disc with the Terminator's head. You can see some of the artwork on there, or some of the mechanics on there. So of course we got Arnold's defining role, if you will. Next we're gonna go. Finally got A Nightmare on Elm Street on 4K. And man, fans were clamoring for this for a long time, and glad we got it. Didn't get it. They didn't do it so right. Obviously, this is not, you know, Freddy from the first film, and it's the same artwork that we've had on countless DVD releases. But you know, hopefully when they come out with this year, they're supposed to do something for the rest of the films, and they can, who knows, maybe the steelbook will make it right. But of course, one of the best slasher movies of all time. Of course, you got Glenn and Nancy on the back, Heather Langenkamp and Johnny Depp. And again, this is just the 4K. You got that red 4K disc. I remember the transfer being okay, not anything to write home about. But you always want, you don't want it to be like a letdown when it's a film that, you know, it means so much to so many people. But it also includes both the theatrical and uncut version, so that's pretty cool. And now we're going to, let's see if I can find it. if you if you could see the amount of movies that are thrown out on my bed right now, and unfortunately I have to find, where did I put it? Oh, all the way over here. Okay, so wait, no, I picked up the wrong one. Let's see. I had them all stacked out, and then of course I have one set which you have to use for a bunch of different years. But yes, Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. Got your Roy Burns as Jason. Spoiler alert. And what stinks about this is after the fourth one, I don't know why they did this on a lot of releases, that there were 2 films on one disc, but you got Part 5, A New Beginning right there. So I'm going to try to put this to the side so we can use it in a second. And then we've got First Blood Part 2, and then we've got the Rambo title in there as well. Go ahead and show off the side, and I really enjoy this film too. You forget when you watch First Blood, he doesn't. Besides that guy in the helicopter, I don't think he kills anybody. He very purposefully doesn't hurt anybody, and that's really and then he goes in this one, he's full full war mode. Look at that gun, that thing's insane. But bigger and more action. But 4K and the Blu-ray. And I don't know if you can see this, if this is just my this is from Lionsgate, but look at all the what we call, I think, the off-gassing. This one's really really bad, really egregious. I don't know if I know Scream Factory had issues with this, but who knows? So just want to point that out. So put this to the side. Then we're gonna go back to the 007 box set, and we have Roger Moore's last film, and thank God, because he was 58 years old when he did A View to a Kill, and he was just too old to still be playing Bond. So so right there, A View to a Kill. All right, put this to the side. Then we're going to Steven Spielberg, Robert Zemeckis, Back to the Future. Now, I love this this box set, which has the 3 individual cases. I know they originally came out with the Digipack one, and I had waited because I hate Digipacks, and I wanted to get the films like this, and I'm so glad that I did. The artwork is amazing. You can see the shine on here. The font is embossed. We'll go ahead and put this to the side. We've got the iconic artwork, Back to the Future. Just such an amazing film. Christopher Lloyd, Michael J. Fox, 4K and Blu-ray with the same artwork. But I wouldn't be mad if anyone said that's their favorite film of the decade. It's just such a great film. All right, and now I have to find. Let's see where I put this. Now I have to find. Where did this one go? All right, I Must Break You, and that is Rocky IV. And what was really cool about this is we get the theatrical version and the Rocky vs. Drago Ultimate Cut. And that Ultimate Cut really fleshed out why Rocky was going to fight he was going to Russia and doing the fight and everything. So I actually really enjoyed watching that version over the theatrical cut, and I will watch that version in the future when I pick it up. But yeah, so go ahead and show this off. Okay, Rocky IV, and then the Rocky vs. Drago edition. And now we're getting into, let's see here. Now we're getting into, I only have one movie for 1986. Wow, I'm surprised. Friday the 13th. 1986 was Part 6, Jason Lives. So, wow, I'm really surprised that I only have one film for there. I'm looking at my notes real quick. And then we're going back to the James Bond set. And we have Timothy Dalton's first film, The Living Daylights. And that would be right here, Living Daylights. All right, throw that over there. And what I wanted to here's another one I wanted to point out. So now you got The Living Daylights. Go ahead and put that to the side. What came out the exact same day, July 31st, 1987? The Lost Boys. And to me, probably my favorite what would you call it? Vampire movie. I was gonna say Dracula. Favorite vampire movie of all time. You know, I go between this and Bram Stoker's Dracula, but today we're going Lost Boys, and I would see Lost Boys over the Living Daylights in theaters if I had the opportunity. This is another case of like Poltergeist. Warner Brothers did us dirty with the artwork. You know, I would have loved the red iconic poster, but look at that iconic shot of Kiefer Sutherland on the back. And at least we got the red on the 4K disc and the black on the Blu-ray disc. Such an amazing, amazing, amazing film. All right, so now we're going into another year with 7 movies. And so this one might be a little, let's see. All right, next we've got Beetlejuice, and I won't say it one more time, but this was a really great transfer. Again, when you have a film that's has so many colors, you know, the greens and the purples and everything, and it's shot on film, that's what makes a really good 4K transfer. So this will be if you had to buy one, I would say either Beetlejuice or the one that's coming up next on 4K. And of course, you've got Winona as Lydia on the back, and go ahead and put the slipcover to the side. And we've even got, looks like the sandworm on the green 4K disc, which is great. And oh, that's really cool. So you've got like his tail, and then you got it over there. I love these little details. That's why physical media rolls. It brings you so much joy. It's not just watching the film. It's you know, picking up it's the packaging. It's a whole process. So so the black disc is for the Blu-ray. And let's see, put this to the side. Next, we're gonna go back to, where'd it go? I think I put it away. We're gonna go Jason versus Carrie. Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood, and it's gonna be right there at the top of this disc. So we've got that right there. Another incredible transfer and steelbook is Killer Clowns from Outer Space. This thing, again, looks absolutely gorgeous. A PG-13 horror movie, so if you are not into the genre, you know, just dipping your toes into it, you know, watch Killer Clowns. If you're younger watching this, if your parents will let you, you know, it's not too violent. So you know, it's a movie that you can get into the horror genre by watching this, and it's not too scary or anything. They're nice clowns. They, you know, they just they mean well, is what I'll say. But all right, now we're going to John McClane. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Yeah, what a great, the best action movie of all time, the best Christmas movie of all time. It's not a debate. But I've got this 5-movie collection, and it's very strange that we don't have, they have a release, a 4K of the original film, but they don't have it, the rest of the film's not on 4K, which is absolutely insane. I'd love to see Die Hard 2 and Die Hard with a Vengeance on 4K, but we've got the Blu-ray disc right there, and it looks like, I don't know why, the rest of them are blue and this one's like that, but, so, all right. Now we're going to Halloween 4, such an amazing film. The leaves aren't as egregious as they are in the first 2 releases on the newly commissioned artwork, but I love these hard box cases. And when these came out in 2021, man, it just took the physical media world by storm. You got the new Dolby Atmos mix. Again, the new 4K scan from the original camera negative. Sorry, I'm talking too fast. The video's long, but I want to get some details in here. 10 years ago, he changed the face of Halloween. Tonight, he's back. And 4K and Blu-ray with the different artwork. All right. So now we're going to, I love this box set, this Blu-ray box set I've had for a long time, and that is Child's Play. Complete 7-movie collection. At the time, it was complete because the remake wasn't in there. And He Wants You for a Best Friend. I love the packaging. It looks like the Good Guy doll. And put this over here. This is actually like lenticular, which is really cool. And when we open it up, we've got a black Blu-ray disc, and it's got more information on there. So of course, we've got Child's Play, and then we've got Dustin Hoffman's Oscar-winning performance, and that is Rain Man, where he played his character had autism, and then Tom Cruise was his brother as well. Such an amazing, heartfelt, sad film, but very important film, especially for the time. And yeah, just a really good film. This was from, what was this from? Kino or something? I actually don't know. This might have been just from the studio. It says MGM MVD. Yeah, so this might have just been a studio release. Pop that open, and we've got a 4K and a Blu-ray with the same artwork. It's funny how Tom Cruise was with the Firm and Rain Man, and he was the drama guy. I don't know. Now he does all his Mission Impossible movies, but he was great at all those films. All right, now we're going into the last year of the decade and my most movies, which is 8 films, and we're gonna start off with Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and still good artwork, but not as good as Raiders of the Lost Ark. And of course, I'm showing you the steelbook version of it. All right, so we've got the disc right here. Remove the digital code, and so great that when they were writing this, they had Sean Connery, they had a James Bond sort of a character in mind for Indiana Jones, and then having him in this movie was great. I mean, this original trilogy is not a bad film. Those 3 films are phenomenal, but and this would have been a great way to end it. They did not need to make 4 or 5. I'm not a hater of 4. I enjoy Shia LaBeouf, and I love anything with aliens, but they just, you could have just made 3 movies, and it would have been fine. It would have ended the story perfectly, is what I'm saying. Go ahead and show this to the side with the little poster. The man with the hat is back, and this time he's bringing his dad. I love those old school taglines. All right, so now we're going to go to Ghostbusters 2, and I showed this off before, so I'll be a little bit quicker. The 4K disc looks like so. Go ahead and plop that on here. I wish they would have put something on the inside, but I guess you can't see it as much with the discs, so I understand why they did that. I mean, it's in the title. I never call this just Batman. I call this Batman 89 or Batman 1989. So this, if you're ever looking for this on 4K, Amazon does so many deals, and it's great. So if you go on Amazon, every now and then there'll be a Batman deal, and you can get this for cheap. I might have got this for like $50 or something. So always wait for a deal on this one. But go ahead and show off the side, and we'll go Batman. And I love that it has different colors with the blue and the purple and the green and the red. So again, just that little attention to detail on the packaging makes it so much better. So we've got the white artwork on all of them, and again you've got the blue, which a lot of people probably didn't like as much, but you got Keaton and Nicholson and everything on there, and you got more artwork on the back. And I love the discs. I know they did slipcover individuals for this, and they also did like steelbooks with this artwork, which was kind of cool as well. But we'll go ahead. These are old. These are from 2021, so the digital codes do not work. And it's cool, the different sort of different vantage points, I guess you could say, that they used. But that is Batman 89, of course, one of the bests. Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson, amazing. Next, we're gonna go to, let's see. All right, it's over here. We're going to License to Kill, and that's going to be right here. The 2 of Timothy Dalton's films. License to Kill right there. And we're going to go back for the last time, the end of the 80s for Jason, and that is Jason Takes a Boat to Vancouver, aka Jason Takes Manhattan. All right, so we got that right there. And we're gonna go, let's see. If you could see my room right now with the dresser and the bed and the floor, the amount of movies, this is gonna be a mess to clean up. But I do this for you guys, to to put them in the year when they released, and then to put it extra in the year because I'm going by, like, Batman was June, License to Kill was July, Jason, Friday the 13th Part 8 was July, and now we're going to October for Halloween 5: The Revenge of Michael Myers, of course, with the Nick Cage mask. And yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this film, but love me some Danielle Harris, love me some Samuel Dr. Loomis. So of course you got to add all the Halloween films in your collection. And we've got the 4K on the right and the Blu-ray on the left. And what's next? What's next? Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my physical media collection's complete? And of course you've got The Little Mermaid. I love this 4K slipcover. Everything's all embossed. And yeah, I mean, this was, when you've been watching a film since VHS, and you've watched it VHS, I haven't watched it on Blu-ray, but VHS, DVD, TV, and then 4K. I mean, it's just, it's truly like, you hear it all the time, but it's truly like seeing the film for the first time. If you see a film that you've never seen on 4K, it doesn't have the same impact as, you remember on the crappy CRTVs and all that stuff, how it used to look, and it just, the colors are so vibrant. And don't let anyone tell you that black and white movies or animated movies do not look good on 4K, because they do. So, sorry, that was my little rant. But, all right, we put that to the side, and pop this open. We've got the 4K with the same artwork, and we've got the Blu-ray with the blue artwork, which is very appropriate. All right, so the last, wow, we did it. We did it. We got one more. If I could find it, we've got one more. And that would be, all right, Back to the Box Set, 1989. Back to the Future Part 2. And I actually want to know, drop me a comment. Do you like Part 2 or Part 3 more? I think everyone would probably say that the original is the best. But I hear a lot of people, I mean, I love Part 3 is really good as well. Something about Part 2, we love the future, the futuristic aspect of it. Seeing the hoverboard and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, when you go back and watch it, that's a very short version of the film. They go back to, the original, which is which I love, but and then it gets really dark too. So yeah, so let me know, do you like Part 2 more than Part 3, or do you like it more than the first one? Let me know in the comment section below. So yeah, roads, where we're going, we don't need roads, which is Doc. But 4K on the right, Blu-ray on the left, same artwork. And that is it for the 80s. Wow, it's going to take a long time to put all this stuff together, but I hope you guys enjoyed. And let's change up the camera angle. What's your favorite film or physical media release I showed off from the 1980s? And as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, check me out on Instagram at MovieMagic1996. Thank you so much for everything, and go watch a movie today.